Hey everybody, Chris here from Adventure Tribe and Canoe Capers. Just going to take you through all of the gear that we give you for your multi-day kayaking camping tours. This is if you choose to get gear from us, that is. I apologise for the angles. I'm trying to get you among the gear because you don't really need to see me. Alright, so this is the stuff that we give you. It usually comes in a little plastic tub, and the little plastic tub is your washing up container. Alright, metho. So the metho, that's a lot of metho, that'll last you a week or more. So that's your fuel. This is for a kit for 3 people, so your coffee cups, 3 plates, chopping board, some bowls, this is your cutlery and washing up. So cutlery comes in a cloth to dry things up. Oh. Some spoons, some more spoons, sharp knife, some butter knives, blunt knives, a few forks, a pair of tongs, a spoon, a teaspoon. Alright, here is your washing up liquid and your scourer. Right, this is your trangia. So this can be a little bit confusing to start off with, but that's okay. You've got plenty of time to figure it out. Comes with a little bit of a warning and a lighter. Alright, this is your fuel container. Put a little bit, not too much, a little bit of metho in the bottom. You don't need to fill that up. If you fill it up, it will burn for hours. So maybe quarter full. This is your little snuffer. So if you've lit that, you can throw that over the top and that'll put it out. Otherwise you keep it open like that. You can put the flame out by covering it like that, but we generally say just let it burn out, because people will try and blow it out, people will try and cover it. You know, metho will go around and, you know, set small fires that you then have to deal with, or if you try and put this on and you miss, or you touch it and it's hot, you'll burn yourself. So just don't put too much in, just let it burn out. Whatever you do, if you've got leftover metho in here, don't pour it back in here, because the metho gives off a very, it's a flame that you can hardly see, so it may still be a light. If you pour that back in there, you've just lit the bottle on fire, so don't do that. These, some people call them pot lifters, but they're spondonicles. So they are basically a little clamping device that picks up all of your gear like that when it's hot. Alright, so you've got your fry pan, a couple of bowls. Alright, so you get this base plate, that goes in there like that. So you'll get this top part, and there's little lugs just in here. So you'll see them on the outside, just little bits that stick out, and this one has little bits that go in. That goes on there like that, over the lugs, and it twists, and that way it's not going to come off. Alright, now these allow it to breathe and stay cool and all that sort of stuff. You get this, you can either, depends on whether it's hot or not, but you can either light it in your hand or put it in there and just light it while it's in there. It's not like gas where it's going to, you know, light it and it's going to go. It is a slow burner. So these little things here, they sit in there and they hold your pots and pans at the right height, like that. Just like that. And obviously you'll be using your spondonicles to manage it, so you don't burn your fingers, because you'll be out in the middle of nowhere and trying to treat your burnt fingers out in the middle of the Great Sandy National Park is going to be a challenge. Once you finish with it, basically you just put it back to the way it was. Try and give it a bit of a rinse and a bit of a clean before you give it back to us, but we will give it a good wash back at the office in the kitchen there when we get it back. Apart from that, that's your cooking equipment and your Trangia. See you later. Alright, just quickly, I forgot to tell you, if you need more fuel in this, generally it'll be because it's burnt out, obviously, not because you're looking at it going, oh, I don't think that's enough fuel. What you don't want to do is, when that's a light, pour more fuel out of this into this, because if this is a light, it may actually, the flame may travel up the flow of fuel and into the container, and that's not great. So what you want to do is make sure that this is definitely out. Now again, this is a relatively cool fire. It's not like a gas burner where it's just blasting out like all of this, you know, thermal energy. These are a nice, slow, gentle cook. So what you want to do is, you'll notice that your food has started to not cook as fast as you thought. You know, it might have gone from a boil to a nothing. You can take that pot off, just wave your hand, not right in the fire. I mean, let's be a little bit logical here, but you can wave your hand over the top and you'll feel there's no fire, there's no heat coming out of it. And then you can pop this over the top, make sure it's actually, you know, out. Again, there'll be no heat coming from it, and then you can put a little bit more fuel in there, a centimetre of fuel or whatever, and then light it up again. But yeah, be super careful in relation to using this. Even if you actually want to put a little bit of fuel in this and then pour it in, so that you don't have this bulk amount that's going to go in there. Even if like there's any slight chance of any flame being in there, you don't want this massive amount of fuel catching on fire. Just, you know, put a little bit in there, tip it in. Worst case scenario is that there is a little bit of fire in there and it does light on this. You'll have this little patch of nice cool fire that you'll have to deal with. It's a slow burn. It's a lot better than this catching on fire. All right, I think that's everything.